Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a squat and deadlift day. Let's talk a little bit about what we're doing here. I'm bringing down the volumes a little bit on some of the supplemental work because this training is pretty brutal. Going for rep PRs on heavy deadlifts and things, just like I've been doing on the bench, has an enormous training response. So I can only recover from so much workload. One of the things I noticed was that when I started having days where I did almost nothing afterwards, just due to dealing with some other stress and stuff going on in my life, that I started getting bigger deadlift PRs. And it made me realize that with my own training and my own fatigue management, I've been hitting more volume in general than I can recover from. And when I reel it in just a little bit, even though by many standards it should be too low, I get stronger. I get bigger, I get stronger. So I'll talk a little bit about the squats in a minute, what's going on there. Let's get over to the deadlifts. I don't think people understand, by the way, when the warm-ups come up, they're like, why don't you show all your warm-ups? I do. That was my deadlift warm-up. The squat was my deadlift warm-up. Although on the squats, I did do 5 reps with the empty bar before I started filming. So, we don't need all that. And I have no idea what that was on the camera. That was a bug or a bird or something, because there was literally no one around, nothing I could see. So either that was a ghost or a bug or a bird. I almost bet it was a little small bird, if I had to guess. But we got 6 reps today with 545. That's a PR. Now, I did get 5 reps with 565 last week, but that was also a PR. Only taking 20 pounds off, getting another rep, though. I haven't run it in a calculator to compare yet. But as far as a workload PR goes, it may be a PR compared to even that. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it till I do the math. It's very close either way. So I'm not sure which one is better. But for the supplemental work, here's what we decided to do. To avoid the hamstring cramps, because they've been an issue, let me just do one really good set of glute ham raises. Because my hamstrings are getting a ton of work. My hamstrings are starting to almost cramp on those deadlifts, right? I'm feeling less of the back fatigue now that all my rows are getting stronger again. I've been pushing 2 types of rows. My row strength is going up. I don't feel my grip slipping. I don't feel my lat weakness, any of that. So now I'm really feeling those hamstrings. They're getting worked ridiculously hard on the deadlift. We have real good data on the deadlift showing that, again, people don't like to hear this because they like RDLs, and I like RDLs. The deadlift may be a superior stimulus on a set-per-set basis. Problem is we just can't handle many sets. But if we think in terms of function, if I do one really high quality set of deadlifts, one really high quality set of glute ham raises, and try to push these as limit sets, right? That is 2 extraordinarily high quality sets. What are we seeing with that meta-analysis? It says taking to 0 reps in reserve as low as 5 sets a week can produce maximum hypertrophy in some lifters. Some it takes as many as 10, but it seems to be in that range. Do we really need as many sets as we think? And that's something I've been pushing for a while now, saying that, look, I've been finding that a lot of my lifters, myself included, do well when we go to the minimum volumes that most of the experts in the research shows should be at the bottom end of the optimal range. They seem to do better there. I notice I don't get beat up as much. I feel better. So the same thing could be said when we start pushing those limit sets further. How many do I really need? If I'm doing that twice a week, that's 4 crazy high quality sets. 2 different exercises, so we're varying our stimulus, but then we do all these reverse hypers at the end. This adds some real volume. Okay, this adds some real volume. I almost think I would grow off the other. Now, as far as quads go, we could pull the same sort of math. Does that squat set count? Yes. Does that deadlift set count? Yes. 2 really good sets of belt squats, taken close to failure. In this case, I'm going a little heavier. I did 5s today, chasing some mechanical tension. Feels better on my knees. Focus on rep quality, keeping that jump volume low. Depending on if you count deadlifts or not, that's 3 to 4 really good sets for quads in a workout. That's done twice a week. If we do that twice a week, where are we at? We're doing real good if there's 0 reps in reserve, or no more than 1. Is it enough to grow on? But here's the thing, I've been hitting these PRs. A lot of these recent weeks, I only did quad work once for 3 sets. Yet I still felt more stable in those squats coming back up. Feeling good speed out of the bottom of the deadlifts. So, again, when we're going to push this hard, we've got to look at the supplemental volume in the perspective of what is the minimum I need to progress on, right? Not what's the maximum I think I can recover from, because if we misshoot that, we've got a problem. But more of what's the minimum I need. And then if I want to do extra volume, I can throw it in the form of reverse hypers. I can throw it in the forms of band press downs for triceps, right? Things that are easy on recovery, really easy on recovery, that have their own potential restorative effects, okay? Push a little more this way. I tend to push too much volume historically. It's one reason my bench lagged forever, using my long arms as an excuse. Well, the reality is long arms means I just have to be thicker. I have to gain more muscle. I've got to be bigger than a shorter arm guy to bench the same amount. In the primary movers, right? We mean the pecs, triceps, things like that. Okay. But if I've been overtraining those things, am I getting bigger? They're not recovering. That's because my shoulders are beat up and I'm not getting the tensions that I need. That's been limiting me. Now that I've adjusted what I'm doing, I'm noticing, again, focusing on quality pause work, moderate volume. Then, tricep pump work and things. My chest has gotten significantly bigger. I can tell from clothes and button-up shirts. Even at similar body weights or slightly lighter body weights. So, what are we seeing there? Seeing improvements. Same thing with all my deadlifting and stuff. When I take these volumes to a reasonable level, my deadlift starts climbing. Okay, because the heavy peak sets on these movements have an enormous stimulus. Okay, I just realized that was a fly. That was a fly. That's what it was on my screen. All right, well, that was kind of cool. All right, guys, but this is pretty much what I'm doing, so I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.